Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about core beliefs, which are essentially the backbone of our nervous system. It is the engine of our hard drive. It is what leads our unconscious and conscious thoughts, which create our emotions, which lead to our behaviors. It is the basis of everything. Core beliefs is what creates our personality, our personal reality. It's some people call it self-concept. The core beliefs create thoughts, and those thoughts create emotions, which is energy in motion, which becomes the energy in motion around you, becomes the point of frequency of experiences through the laws of energy, like attracts like, that come and meet you. So core beliefs are everything. And core beliefs are acquired when we are children, between predominantly ages 0 to 7. Although even when we are in our mother's womb and the most primitive nerve called the vagus nerve is developing, it can absorb mother's energy. So if the mother feels quite anxious or sad, unhappy, like a lot of that will be absorbed by the vagus nerve, already affecting your core nervous system communication. So the role of our primary caregivers is huge. Essentially, the way that our parents treat us, society around us, the outside tier of our immediate family, will lead to the core beliefs that we have about ourselves, which will become the fixed informational hard drive that kicks in and day out, that produces your thought, produces your emotions, produces your behaviors, and essentially that becomes your lens of perception of life. This is Anna Morfides with Many Hearts Counseling, dedicating this YouTube channel and podcast to living our best life, as I am now full professional registered counselor, sharing information that I have helped heal my life, change my core belief system with beautiful souls like you that are wanting to, finally live different and stop thriving. Instead of surviving, start to be thriving, because we are not meant to come here to suffer. We're actually meant to come here to learn and to grow and fulfill that self-actualization process of becoming our best self by shedding all the unhelpful core beliefs, ideas, belief systems, attachment styles that are not serving. So we're going to jump right into it. So like I was saying before, core beliefs are developed between the ages of 0 to about 7, maybe even up to 12 years old. Children live in what is called the theta wave state. Like that's where their brain operates from. And this is why they're so like amazing at imaginative play, because they are already tapped into that theta wave state where you can sort of imagine, when you're falling asleep, that's the theta wave state. When you're falling asleep, that in between stage of being awake and being fully asleep, this is where the mind can just step aside from logic and sort of step into that Alice in Wonderland sort of state of being. So it's like a sponge. It absorbs everything, and unwillingly, children create core beliefs. And as it turns out now that we've learned in youth counseling, when parents do not fulfill the 4 S's that a child is supposed to have in order for it to have a secure attachment, and the 4 S's are: if the child is not seen or soothed or made feel secure and or seen, then it will develop core beliefs that are unhelpful, which will create challenging emotions predominantly as an adult. And then of course, those emotions will bring in opportunities for us to heal what we learned in the first place as children that was not helpful. But the unfortunate part about that is we learn what we need to heal through our interactions with other adult experiences, whether it's romantic or platonic or in your employment world or whatever it might be, your family system. Because literally one of the beautiful souls that was in an environment that I was working in today, for lack of better words, yes, together in a working environment, they were expressing, the actual words were, oh, I had it written down. Why, it was something like, why are family dynamics always the worst in the way that they make you feel? And I truly believe, whether it's family dynamic, your immediate family, your romantic, your employment, like any dynamic, is we choose that. We choose to be in that soul tree. We're choosing to receive that soul lesson, and we are always in control and power, even though it might not seem to be like that in the moment. But God Creator does not make any mistakes, and He has planted us there all together because we all have agreed to be learning this lesson. And what is the lesson? Look at your core beliefs and you're going to know the lesson. So, for example, okay, full disclosure, my parents, God bless them, amazing beings right now. They grew up in a small village. They didn't know any better. Times were hard. Money was very sparse. So I can't even imagine what their own self-talk was, never mind to be able to hold us in the self-talk that would produce children with secure attachment style and make sure that we are safe, seen, secure, and soothed. Because yes, security can mean house and food and water, but like security can also mean safe in your feelings. Security in expressing what it is you're feeling as a child without getting punished. Making mistakes, quote unquote mistakes, without, again, getting punished as a child. Like all the things that we do as children that we're not receiving praise on, or we're told like we're good enough, I'm proud of you, I love you. The physical touch, like not having those outside of just the bare minimum, food, water, and shelter, we start to make that mean something about ourselves. So if a child is not receiving enough love from the parents because the parents are working too much, the child is going to internalize that as if I'm unlovable. If you go to school and you make a B instead of an A and you get punished for that, guess what your core belief is going to be? I'm not good enough. That's how children operate. So when they are not receiving that safety, that security, being able to be seen and be soothed, especially when they make mistakes and you're being punished, or whatever it is that our parents learned from their primary caregivers and so forth, like intergenerational patterns that are very deep, alive in our cultures, it is of no wonder that they're going to grow up and be like me. And I will show you what my bag of goodie of core beliefs were that we uncovered, in school. And I had to shed little by little by affirming the complete opposite, by doing mirror work and journaling. Yeah, essentially those were the biggest thing. I've actually have done some somatic therapy as well, because a lot of my core beliefs also live, well, they do live in our body, because our vagus nerve, our nervous system, is occupying like the majority of our body. So therefore, not only did I have to work on the mental through affirmations and using modalities such as cognitive behavioral therapy or narrative therapy, I also use somatic therapies such as emotional freedom technique and breath work to recalibrate what was existing. So I will make an episode, the next one. That should be what the next episode will be. So today we're going to uncover what our unhelpful core beliefs are and how that shape our reality. And then the next one, we're going to be talking about how to work on ourselves and essentially, through the power of neuroplasticity, create new neurological pathways and bring back the ones that have experienced pruning when we were children because they were not exercised enough. So if you were always criticized, your core belief that I am good enough would have had been pruned, and now it's like this big. But through exposing yourself to that, whether it is through now a secure adult or you affirming it, doing your mirror work, like literally taking a mirror and looking at it and saying, I am good enough, minimum 21 to 60 days via the power of neuroplasticity for that neuron to now grow and become full part of your nervous system and fire that thought, right? I am good enough. The core belief is like, I'm good enough. I am good enough. Even if you make a mistake, it's like, oh, but that's okay. But I am good enough. But it's okay to make a mistake. Versus if you feel like you're not good enough and you make a mistake, imagine the detriment of that, which will have on you and your nervous system, because your neurotransmitters are going to be like full of cortisol, full of unhelpful, unhelpful neurotransmitters that will promote anxiety and like fear and sadness and disappointment. But the reality of the fact is, if we had a different set of upbringing that produced all of the 4S's, we wouldn't be having to watch this video today of uncovering why life feels as if we're not good enough, unlikable, unlovable, bound to be rejected, bound to be alone. These were my core beliefs. So not only did I have to learn cognitive behavioral therapy to help others figure out what their core beliefs is and essentially reframe them, we worked on each other in school to help us get rid of what is existing within us so we can become the best version. So my core beliefs were: I am needy, I am not good enough, I am bound to be abandoned, I am unlovable, I am unlikable, I am unwanted, I am unworthy, I am not good enough to be loved by others, I am bound to be rejected, I am bound to be alone. So we learned in school that these core beliefs become the lenses of perception of our life. So imagine I'm wearing these glasses and I have all these filters. So everything that I experience, a mistake, a no, a setback, I immediately go to this default. Well, must be because I'm unlikable. Must be because I'm unlovable. See, I'm a failure. But what I've learned now is there is no such thing as a no. Every no is an opportunity for a better yes. Every setback is an opportunity for a better setup. There is no such thing as mistakes. There is only opportunities for growth and becoming a better version. That's all it is. But depending on how I grew up, I'm going to have a different lens of perception, because if I grew up in a household where my parents taught me just exactly what I just said, I would view life through the lenses of I am good enough, I am wanted, I am likable, I am unworthy. So if I received a no, I'd still feel worthy. And I would just know that it would just lead me, I'm just being redirected. Like if I didn't have a rejection wound, I would understand it as redirection, not rejection. And now I understand that the so-called rejection is actually redirection to something that is more serving. So this is how core beliefs can save our life, essentially, because change your thoughts, change your life. Core beliefs produce your thoughts, and like I said, produce your emotions, your energy, emotion. Your aura is the point of attraction of that frequency of your emotions becomes the point of attractions of your experiences. And unless you step out of that core belief system that is not serving and is creating this point of attraction by experiencing it from your outside world, then you won't be able to create change. But that's the only way that you will know, right? Is to feel what you're feeling. Because 95% of our thoughts are unconscious and subconscious. 95%. The autonomic nervous system is huge. Fire signals day in and day out the minute you wake up in the morning. And then also check to see, how do you feel when you wake up in the morning? I used to wake up feeling like not good. Not looking forward to the day. But now, of course, as humans, I'm going to feel not good a lot of the times, because we have sadness, fear, anger, disgust, and then we have joy. So the probability that I'm going to be in these emotions, talk about it all the time, is pretty high. So now I know, though, energy, yes, it's not created or destroyed, but it can be transformed. So I can transform. So when I wake up in the morning, no matter how shitty I feel, I have the power to change my thoughts, so I can change my life. Change my thoughts. I'm so grateful for the day today and everything that I can grasp on. Grateful for my legs working. Grateful for this pillow. Grateful for the water that I have beside my bed. Grateful for my children. Grateful, like just gratitude is the best way to raise your vibration. Even if something is bothering you, that is making you feel unlikable or unwanted or unworthy, give that gratitude. I'm so grateful for that experience yesterday, which made me feel unworthy, because now I know I need to work a little bit more on that unworthiness of mine. There's always a gift in everything. Thank you for that job that said no to me, because I know that I'm being redirected, right? So depending on how you look at the world, so you can pause the screen here and take a look at these core beliefs. These are the ones that were given to us from school, but there are other ones like I don't matter. I am defective. I think that one's on here. Yeah, but most of them are on here. You can pause it and take a look and see. And especially if there's like one particular situation in your life right now that is like kind of prickling you, check to see what kind of thoughts is it producing. And then that way you can understand a little bit of what your core belief system is. And then remember, those lenses of perception are not real. They're just lenses. They can be changed at any time, because we were not born to experience these for the rest of our lives. I believe that we choose what we wanted to experience and the way that we wanted to learn how we were going to heal it. And it turns out that that is the school of life. We come here and we pass grades and we pass classes and we learn our lessons and we become our best version by shedding that which is not serving. And that which is not serving can only be known by experiencing it, by experiences that we have on the outside world that reflect what is going on our inner world. So as within, so without. The more we heal this, so without we are the triggers from the outside world, because it's just not going to be the same. Our lens of perception can be changed. Like I said, with the power of neuroplasticity and affirmations, breath work, somatic therapy, narrative therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, you name it, the world is our oyster. We have come here to thrive, not survive. I am a testament of someone you can only imagine what I used to think and look and feel like walking around planet Earth carrying these for 38 years. It's pretty sad. Like, I was very sad. I was a very sad human being. And I would say, like, please, I don't want to do this again. And now I'm like, okay, I can do this again. I got it. I know how to untwist the core belief, and it's literally called that. They're called cognitive distortions, and there is a way to untwist them. So we're going to go right into this in our next video next week. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Whether, again, you're watching on YouTube or podcast, any interaction, I'm so grateful for. Likes, subscribes, anything, future suggestions for videos. I actually do have one, but maybe I'll do that like as a bonus midweek. It's all about like ghosting. And then I really want to do this one on how to heal the core beliefs, because we are at 17 minutes. I don't want to make them too long because attention span, even mine, I'm tired. It is Friday. Again, thank you so much. This is Anna Morfides, Many Hearts Counseling, living your best life with so much love and gratitude. Thank you so much for being here with me in this space. I am so grateful, and I will see you next time.